Tonga is a small island nation in the Pacific with a population of about 100,000 people. The main health risk to the people of Tonga is non-communicable disease, such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease. And for Tonga, obesity levels in women remains one of the highest in the world, which is why there was a need to get the women of Tonga participating in sports.
NCDs disproportionately affect women in Tonga for a range of cultural factors. For example, women have traditional caring and family roles which can prevent their ability to exercise, and there are also times where sports are dominated by men and women aren't necessarily able to participate.
So in response to the crisis, the Australian government supported the government of Tonga to design a campaign to get the women of Tonga into sport, to get active and healthy.
We needed a campaign to motivate women and give them the right concept that this is about health. So we needed something to make women start thinking positively about physical activity and how it's related to health. That's why we needed a Kau Mai campaign.
The Australian government supported Netball Australia to work with the Tongan Netball Association to lead women into an active lifestyle, as netball was seen as an appealing community sport for women.
Then the campaign was then designed to use netball as a tool to encourage participation of women. So it was then designed the Kau Mai Tonga Ke Tau Netball, or in English it says, "Come on Tonga, let's play netball."
To get the women of Tonga interested and motivated to play netball, the campaign needed to get women who weren't participating wanting to play.
We used a demand and supply model. That is, we understood that if we were able to tell people or to call them to action, we needed to create that demand in them, the need, the want to play netball, the want to be more physically active, to be more healthy. So the messages that were designed was used to drive people towards wanting to be more physically active, wanting to exercise, and in particular wanting to play netball.
Ko au, o ko mana ko apita e netball, tata wai pia pe ko ako vainga pe fe au.
So a multimedia advertising campaign was developed.
Hey, o whakalata e vainga whakataha.
After research, the messages and creative concepts were pre-tested with the target audience, women. Importantly, pre-testing also consulted men, who provided insights to the barriers for women participating in sport.
We understood from men that it was a huge cultural implication for them if their women was to go out and play.
The Australian government supported 3 years of the campaign, which consisted of 3 different advertisements. The first phase of the campaign used a role model to get the message out about playing netball.
We invited Mo'onia Gerald, who's now a former netball diamond player from the national netball team of Australia.
Mo'onia's brother, Mark Gerard, a former Australian rugby union player, also featured in the first campaign.
For Mark to come in and say, "Come on men, let's support our women," that was very important in there. That was strategically placed in there because women needed the men's support in order to play.
The campaign went for 3 years and was rolled out across the country. The campaign presence was strong and could be seen on billboards and television and heard on radio.
We also used printed materials, printed media, such as newspapers. We put up billboards, we distributed posters.
We also went into community settings and used town offices, district offices, people that we could use at the community setting to put out the messages.
Alongside the advertising campaign and the demand it created, Netball Tonga, assisted by Netball Australia, provided more opportunities to play netball.
We had created a lot of demand, but we needed to also to make sure that we have the supply to be able to provide the service that we advertised in our media campaign. So we worked really hard with Tonga Netball.
I think when Tonga Netball took on the Kau Mai Tonga program, a lot of the weight that came on with taking part of Kau Mai Tonga was unexpected. So with this, there were more volunteers involved. We needed more help around the office. There's also more help at the community level.
Netball Australia received support through the Australian Government to work with the Tonga Netball Association to build their capacity to plan and deliver quality netball programs.
As part of the 3 campaign phases, national netball tournaments were organised. The first tournament held was so successful as over 3,000 people came to play.
The demand for the sport that the campaign created was unprecedented.
So the day was electrifying. I think it was just a lot of people in one place, everyone wanting to play netball.
The demand for netball became so strong across the nation that there was a need to upskill and educate people on how to play netball and organise the games. So Tonga Netball achieved this by running courses. For netball in Tonga, the Kau Mai Tonga campaign has increased participation significantly. The Ministry of Health also took a keen interest in promoting healthy lifestyles through sport. From 2015, 15 non-communicable disease nurses were on site at tournaments to take the measurements and weight of all the participants and track their data. The campaign ran for 3 years and demonstrated the great outcomes that are achieved when sport and health work together for a common goal.
Before the Kau Mai Tonga programs, the number of teams regularly registering or taking part were an average of 27 teams, and after the Kau Mai Tonga program we had seen a peak up to 370 teams altogether.
So that's nearly 4,000 women.
So with all this, there's nothing but a win-win, but it's been a big gain for Tonga Netball in the process.
As well as achieving Netball Tonga's goal of increasing the number of netball players, there were positive health outcomes.
The result of the campaign contributed enormously to the Ministry of Health fight against NCD, especially on the risk factor of physical inactivity.
In the main areas of concern, like their attitude towards involvement in physical activity, how much time they spend, doing physical activity, the support they get from people close to them, all those, are showing that, good results. It's been improving from 2012 throughout to 2014.
Positive result, great outcome for the people of Tonga, especially women, is reflected by the percentage of women. 80% start thinking about physical activity, 90% of women start thinking about doing it regularly, 84% of women felt they were able, they're quite capable of doing it, and then 74% of women start encouraging others to participate.
Having taken part in netball, as mentioned, I'm a much happier person. I live a more active lifestyle. I'm very happy that people comment I've lost weight, so this kind of keeps me going. At the same time, with other duties at home as a mother to that of my community, I feel much lighter to do this, so this kind of keeps me going.